We are present at the living history event History Live, located on the grounds of the Liberating Wings Museum in Best, the Netherlands. In this area, the airborne landings took place on September 17, 1944, during Operation Market Garden. Today, I won't just be showing you around the World War II displays and vehicles, such as this German Sturmgeschütz III, but I'm taking you on a journey through history. As you follow a special route through the Liberating Wings domain, both indoors and out, you will encounter historical figures and experience various areas up close. From medieval scenes to powerful moments from the Second World War, History Live invites visitors of all ages to watch, listen, and immerse themselves in the experience. It promises a day of discovery, wonder, and history truly brought to life. Visitors begin their tour at the magnificent World War II Liberating Wings Museum, which I won't be showing you in this video today, though I make and post a separate video about it sometimes when I have more time. Then, once outside, they get to meet the reenactors and view the displays. Starting with this workshop belonging to the American Patrol Group. They are currently busy maintaining their weapons. Here on the grounds, we come across the German World War I reenactment group RER 119 and their field kitchen. They portray Reserve Infantry Regiment number 119, a wartime unit of the former Württemberg Army. It consisted primarily of mobilized troops who had completed their conscript service with Grenadier Regiment number 119 Queen Olga. By the way, the meat they served me was excellent. Beneath the large canopy, we arrive at the US reenactment group, The Replacements, with their impressive display and medical equipment. They are a group of living history enthusiasts from Holland, brought together by a common interest in military life during World War II. Their goal is to try recreate the conditions at the front line during World War II at reenactment events by setting up displays with, mostly original, equipment and uniforms. It's their duty to remember the generation that gave their all for the liberation of Europe. And this nice car is a US Plymouth Deluxe Road King from 1940. This is the display of Living History Group 505. They portray a headquarters company, regimental headquarters. This includes map and radio elements as well as a small medical attachment. Here we see the displays of reenactment group Frontline Fellowship. They are a World War II reenactment group featuring diverse portrayals such as the 95th Infantry Division, the Yank Army Weekly Correspondence, the Army Nurse Corps, and various civilian roles. Last time I saw them, they had a small display inside the museum. But just take a look at their many magnificent displays. I'm curious about the first aid post in the trenches, so we're definitely going to take a look at that now. Unfortunately, I can't provide much information about the next display, but I think it's a British Douglas from 1916 with a twin-cylinder engine. The next two motorcycles are British BSAs from 1918, I believe. The 8.8 cm flak is a German 88mm anti-aircraft and anti-tank artillery gun, developed in the 1930s. And now we step back more than 100 years in time. Here we see the display of reenactment group 2nd Battalion Grenadier Company. They portray soldiers and civilians from the period of the War of Liberation in the Netherlands in 1813 till 1815. As reenactors, their primary interest lies in the history of the Netherlands during the Napoleonic era. Now we move further forward in time and arrive at the Viking display. Heirs of the Jomsvikings. The Heirs of the Jomsvikings generally refers to the bloodline descendants of the legendary Viking mercenary brotherhood. The Jomsvikings were a highly disciplined elite brotherhood based at Jomsborg on the southern Baltic coast. This is the Lagere burgerij in the Nederlanden historical reenactment group. They focus specifically on the lower social classes, such as artisans, farmers, and fishermen, opting for a non-military portrayal set in the Napoleonic era. And here we see the arena of Lions of Steel Medieval Fightclub, a Dutch team in historical medieval battle. Throughout the day, they gave demonstration fights and introducing visitors to the intensity and excitement of the modern armored combat. While many participants showcase historical reenactments and living history, they bring full contact medieval combat into the arena. And here on the right, we see the display of reenactment group the Templars. The Order of the Templars, or the Knights Templar, was a Christian crusading order that, as a small part of the Crusader armies during the Crusades, waged a holy war against the Muslims in the Holy Land. The order was officially recognized by the Catholic Church in 1129 and existed for nearly 200 years. Now we jump 800 years forward in time and arrive at the displays of our German comrades Frontkämpfer Living History Group. They are a living history group based in the Netherlands, dedicated to portraying different elements of the German army during the Second World War. Today, among other things, they dug 2 foxholes here. And under the camouflage net, they have the PM M1910, a heavy machine gun, placed. The weapon was designed by Hiram Stevens Maxim in 1885 and adopted by the Russian army in 1910. The machine gun had a carriage equipment with 2 wheels and a detachable armor shield. This Russian variant of the Maxi machine gun was used by the Russian army in the First World War and by the Red Army in the Second World War. We still remain in the World War II era and are on our way to the German field hospital of reenactment group SanitatsAbteilung 352.
Daar is hij weer, ja. Gaat hij doodzoeken?
Krankenschwester Tina Busch is currently taking care of the donations for the German Red Cross collection box. And here we see the Red Cross Lazarette, the German field hospital, equipped with all the medical supplies to take care for the sick and the wounded soldiers, including the 2 lazarette beds on the left. Next is the fully working original German Funk setup of reenactment group 352 Volksgrenadier Division, with a great original 1942 Kurbelmast with a star antenna on top. This antenna can have a height of up to 8 meters and were also used on bunkers, Tiger tanks and Volkswagen Kubels. On the box is an original working Thorn EB, a receiver from 1937, and this is their original DKW motorcycle from 1938. Now let's step back a few years to the Libyan desert, home to the Deutsches Afrikakorps, a German expeditionary force commanded by Field Marshal Erwin Rommel. They fought in North Africa between February 1941 and May 1943. These impressive Afrikakorps displays and collections belong to the group associated with Nick from History Secrets. If you're interested, you can view a detailed explanation of the items and uniforms in his video covering this event.
Ja, die kleur. Ja, dat is Afrikakorps, dus zandcamouflage. Ja. Vandaar dat alles een beetje geel en kleur is.
Waar ben jij dan meestal? Ben je meestal hier of bij je overloon?
Meestal, ja eigenlijk wel. Nou, we voor uitgenodigd worden of als we tijd hebben. Dit is echt wel leuk. Ziet eruit als het zou worden.
this foxhole belongs to reenactment group American Patrol. They are a living history group dedicated to reenacting American infantry units that fought in Europe during World War II. As a group, they aim to authentically portray the life of the average GI. And this is the display of the Dutch living history group Dienst van Vroeger. It's a group of like-minded friends who share an interest in the Cold War. They have since grown into an official association, possessing a great deal of original equipment. And this beauty is a Sturmgeschütz III, an assault gun produced by Germany during World War II. It was the most produced fully tracked armored fighting vehicle. Initially intended as a mobile assault gun for direct fire support for infantry, was employed as a tank destroyer. And we end the tour with this nice display of reenactment group Valentine. They are a United States World War II reenactment group. They portray the military police and the Office of Strategic Services. The group includes both men and women. A fun scavenger hunt was organized for the children. They had to look for checkpoint stations where they could answer questions or complete tasks. It was a great living history day here in Best with displays from all time periods. I would like to thank the entire organization for the invitation and the good care throughout the weekend. Thanks for your support and stay tuned for much more videos. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and hit the bell button.